Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the latest edition of Listen to Me, Volume 17. Today is Saturday, March 13th, 2021. It is fight day, it's fight night. It's El Gallo and Chaco, the rematch. But that's not why I'm going live. That's not why I'm on right now. That's not the purpose of this video. I wanted to make this video. I wanted to get on right away because, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinions, the greatest middleweight boxer in history, Marvelous Marvin Hagler, passed away. Now, Marvelous Marvin Hagler, in my opinion, was maybe the best living boxer prior to today on the planet, period, bar none. And it's truly heartbreaking. It's a loss to the boxing community. And listen, Marvelous Marvin Hagler took on all comers. His record speaks for itself. 62-3 with 2 draws. Defeated every single man he was in the ring with. Avenged all his losses and the 2 draws that he had in his career. And the only fight he ever lost was a split decision, his final fight to Sugar Ray Leonard. A very controversial fight against another all-time great in Sugar Ray Leonard. When Marvin was, maybe slightly past it. But regardless, Ray got the victory that night. It's a great fight. And that's another guy that's a legend. But Marvelous Marvin Hagler, First fight I ever saw in my life was Marvelous Marvin Hagler against Tommy Hitman Hearns. In the fight. Truly a 3-round war that will never be duplicated. Where Marvelous Marvin Hagler stopped, knocked out cold, Tommy Hitman Hearns. Marvelous Marvin Hagler went 15 rounds with Roberto Duran, beat him. Marvelous Marvin Hagler went to war with John Mugabe. Stopped that guy, who at the time I believe was 27-0 with 27 knockouts and 27 fights as a professional. And nobody was running at John Mugabe, but guess what? Marvin Hagler beat him. Marvelous Marvin Hagler was the type of boxer that could box southpaw, conventional, and he could base it upon where his opponent was in the ring and where his opponent moved. Marvelous Marvin Hagler had power in both hands. Marvelous Marvin Hagler could box, he could brawl, he could counterpunch. Marvelous Marvin Hagler truly was underappreciated his entire career, and it's unfortunate because he truly was one of the greatest boxers in the history of the great sport, the sweet science, the great sport of professional boxing. Marvelous Marvin Hagler was an inspiration for myself, for many others in and around the sport of boxing, boxing fans, journalists, pundits, boxers, coaches, trainers. Hagler was an inspiration. He had character, he had class, he had style, he had grace, he had toughness, he had grit, he had character. It's very rare to find any one of those characteristics, especially in the business of boxing. But to find all of them in the same guy who was loyal, stuck with his trainers that he had since the beginning of his career, the Petronelli brothers. Marvelous Marvin Hagler was truly one of a kind, and I don't think the world fully realizes. I don't think most people in the world truly realize what an incredible legend was lost today. Guy literally was in Newark, turned crazy times in the riots with his mother, ducking bullets. At times, real hard times. She took him to Brockton and he made something of himself. Made himself a world champion. And didn't get any favors done to him on the way. Marvin Hagler, every road he traveled was a hard road. And he walked down every one of those roads with his head held high and his chest out. Because he was a man's man, a tough man. A man with class, a man with style, and a man that could go up against any adversity and overcome. There are many lessons that I learned personally from Marvin Hagler that many people learned personally from Marvin Hagler in and out of the ring. Perseverance, the ability to overcome, tough obstacles in your life. You always have to overcome tough obstacles, and Marvin Hagler was an example of that. And truly, I'll be honest with you right now, you would never have heard not one Listen to Me video. Even if you've watched one for just 2 minutes, whatever, that's not important to me. But I guarantee you, you would have never heard one of them had I not witnessed the greatness of marvelous Marvin Hagler. Until we meet again, my friends, each one of us, today we should give a 10 punch, 10 bell salute to marvelous Marvin Hagler, the greatest middleweight in the history of boxing, in my opinion, and truly one of the greatest boxers in the history of the sport. Rest in peace, marvelous Marvin Hagler. Until we meet again, my friends. Peace.